Okay, so it is 9:41 p.m. I'm gonna turn that down so I'm not looking down there, I'm looking here. And it is July 16th, and I'm very tired. I was up till 1 a.m. thinking, trying to solve problems in the business as we do, and we're staying committed. This is day two straight of creating something every day, documenting, and starting the process of the building in public approach. Again, the whole point of this is so that one day I can go back, I can watch these videos, I can relive the trials, and that hopefully, if I do decide to start posting these publicly, that this story, my journey, and just being as absolutely transparent as possible will inspire and help someone else who's in the same spot. Because at the end of the day, if my story can impact one other person, then I won. Because if we can all impact one person along the way, imagine what happened to the world. Imagine if every single person was a net positive on their environment instead of a net neutral and net negative, which unfortunately many of us are. But here we go. I would say the theme right now is very cliche, it's very simple, but it's just keep going. It's just stacking days. And what I mean by that is, on the business side, we basically hit a huge wall. We kind of pigeonholed ourselves with the product that we're selling, even though it's amazing, it gets great results, the brand is booming, but the sales aren't coming through to the rate that we want to be growing. We can't help as many people as we want to help. We're not going to have the impact that we have, and we finally had to step back and just realize that we actually might be doing this wrong, which is good to know, but terrifying to admit, because it means that once again we're going to be in a position where we're completely rebuilding everything, which is what the last year and a half has completely been. Hello? I lost my screens. And so the theme right now is just keep pushing. And what that looks like is humbling yourself to know that you got to hit the books. And we've just been studying like crazy all of my free time. I'm basically just waking up in the morning, making sure that the business has everything it needs from me to operate for the day, so that I can go back and just literally like this was all today. I just studied, because at the end of the day, the answers are out there. People know how to build great businesses. Someone much smarter than me could come in and just solve all of our problems in 2 seconds. Our product problems, our offer problems, showing us exactly what angle we need to approach the market at, and we'd be totally fine. But we don't have those. But the beauty of it is that we live in the information age, and everything is available to us. Like, if you are watching this, there is no excuse. There is no excuse to be very successful. There's no excuse to learn how to make more money. There's no excuse to learn a new skill. There's no excuse to find a way for you to bring value to the marketplace. There is literally an angle and a place for everyone. Whether you want to make millions, whether you want to make 100 grand a year, whatever it is, there's a route for it. But our attention is just harvested by everything else around us. I spent 6 hours today in the lobby of my gym watching online videos and Q&As and masterminds from consultants that we paid, taking pages and pages of notes while the world just buzzed around past me. There was not another person in that co-work studying and taking notes and being a full student of life in that moment. And I'm not saying that because I'm special, but I'm saying that because the barrier of entry is so low. The effort that we're putting in is not that high. And if you really just dial in, you really just double down, you just sacrifice your free time, you sacrifice going out with your friends, you sacrifice some of the BS relationships that you're getting into. I'm not saying relationships are bad, they're amazing, the right ones are. But if you actually just focus and you channel your focus into learning something, which is one of the biggest downloads I had today, because I learned more in that 6 hours about the problem that we're solving and got some really clear answers with just 6 hours of like undivided focus and studying. and thinking and planning, note-taking, reviewing my notes. I ate by myself. I sat by myself. I trained by myself. I didn't talk to my friends at the gym. I didn't go on social media. I wasn't posting today. I just studied the problem. And I got answers. Is everything solved in one day? Absolutely not. But that brings me back to the whole theme of just stacked days. Because you can imagine if you approached your day-to-day with that level of intensity, with that level of focus, and you really, really wanted something, it would be unreasonable for you to not eventually get it. Right? Am I stressed? Am I tired? 100%. Is the business stressing us out? 100%. Is it very, very hard to do what we do? Yes. But it's also hard to be broke. It's also hard to fail. It's also hard to not know what you want to do with your life. It's also hard to not have a purpose. I used to party and do drugs all the time. That was also hard. That was not an easier life that I'm looking back on and like, oh man, I could just go back to that and weekends and going out with my friends and clubbing. Like, I don't miss that. That was also hard. I felt empty. My body was destroyed. I was tired all the time. I was just living a life of misery and sabotage and negativity. That did not serve me either. That was also hard. The only difference is I get to choose this hard. And at the end of the day, when I'm tired and stressed out, I actually feel fulfilled right now. Because not only do I know that if I keep doing this and not that, this will turn into something amazing. And we've seen the proof of it. We built $1 million business in the last 12 months with zero experience. What could we do in another 12 of learning more, getting better, getting faster, meeting more people, and focusing this energy and our energy into one core result? Because at the end of the day, we can actually help people with this now. We can be that net positive, right? And that is my goal. And it's my goal with creating this video. It's my goal with doing these one-take hilarious video diaries that it's like the world's worst content. They're unstructured. They make no sense. But is that we will actually be able to help other people. And at the end of my life, I know that's going to be the only thing that matters. It's the only thing that I'm going to care about. It's not going to be about the money that I made. It's not going to be about the cars that I drive. It's going to be about how was I able to impact the people around me? And how are those people able to impact the people around them? And create this scattering effect of positivity. That is the point. That is the goal. So if we keep stacking days here, and we keep pouring into this, and we keep hitting life and being a student and taking notes and learning and finding new mentors, and my screen keeps turning off here, which is really annoying, something's going to give. Actually, a good download today, we're going to go off topic, is this is great. This is from the mastermind class I was listening to today. You can either be aware of a problem, you can only wow, I'm brain dead right now. You can only be aware of a problem, or you can like having the problem. You can have one, right? You're either aware of the problem and you're trying to solve it actively, or you like having the problem, right? And something that I've realized is that, and I've really, really developed or taken on this philosophy lately, is that it's true. How many problems in our lives are we aware of, but we're not actually solving? Like, that means you like it, right? There's only two options. You either are aware of the problem and you're spending time and energy trying to solve it actively, like making the right phone calls, investing energy, developing a better skill set, or you enjoy having it. And I'm calling myself out. I had problems my whole life up until recently. I still have problems that I must like having. Creating content was one of them. Telling my story was one of them, because I thought about it every day. It stressed the hell out of me. Everyone said that I needed to be doing it, and I wasn't doing it. I still wasn't doing it. So I obviously liked the pain that it was causing me. I had the same thing with smoking and substances and the people I was around. I obviously liked having those problems, like a drug addict. Or you can change your mindset and you can just decide to be aware of the problem and shift the energy that you had mellowing in the BS of the negativity of it and focus into solving it. You can take the book out. You can join the community online. You can find the people with the same energy. And people say, I don't know where to start. Where do I go? Well, you're going to figure it out pretty quick if you just blocked off a little bit of time and started at least brainstorming of where you could possibly start finding answers to that, instead of just going about your merry way that you're doing before. I had a friend the other day I was talking to, and she was saying that her goal was to open up this business. I won't say what it was, don't want to out anyone. And every weekend they're going on benders. And then all week they're working at their corporate sales job and they're grinding themselves and they're burning themselves out. And I just asked them, I said, when's the last time you took a weekend off and just thought about how you would even potentially approach this? And they said, holy shit, I haven't. Well, just break down your schedule. At what point in your life is there going to be a change in the pattern here if from Monday to Friday you're waking up at 6 in the morning, working till 9 p.m. at night, stressed out and grinding? Sure, they made decent money, awesome, but they're not happy. And then on the weekend, from Friday to Sunday night, they're partying, socializing, distracting themselves with relationships and going out. And it's not so. Where's the block in your schedule? So you either need to become aware of the problem and set time aside to solve it, even if you don't find the answers right away. It would be better to sit in your room and do nothing but just think about how you could potentially solve it with a pen and paper and get nowhere in that session than it would be to go out and just do the thing that creates more negativity in your life and distracts you from it. You would at least get 1/2 step further in that 2, 3, 4 hour time block that you set out. So hopefully that lands for someone. I like to think of it as like the road less stupid. So identify your problems, or the other option is relieve yourself of it, right? If you want something, fight for it, or relieve yourself from it. Just accept that you're not going to do it and just free yourself from that burden. If you want to be a millionaire, whatever these dumb goals that we all have, and you want that supercar, or whatever it is, that thing that you're pursuing, and you're not doing anything to go get it. If you want to solve world hunger, but there's no time blocked on your schedule where you're like actually trying to learn how to do it, just free yourself from it. Just accept, look in the mirror and go, hey, I'm actually just the guy that's going to work at this regular job and do this thing that I do every day, and I'm going to go out on weekends, I'm going to enjoy my time with my friends, and just free yourself. You'll feel way better and just enjoy the life that you have. There's nothing wrong with that. But either accept the challenge and pursue it, step into the arena, get your toes off the edge, just get in and get messy and enjoy the fulfillment of actually pursuing something meaningful. Enjoy the pain and discomfort of pursuing something instead of mellowing in the joy and the pain and discomfort of doing nothing. You see the commonality here. There's pain on either side. You just get to choose. So make a plan. Stack days. It works. There's my little tangent. Damn. Unscripted. Okay. We'll keep doing these. Tomorrow we'll be ripping. I'll be back with a new life lesson, I'm sure. Sit on my little soapbox here and preach, but until then, you know the rules. Tell no one about this. This is our secret. I love you. Bless you. Go get 'em.